Good morning, Jill and Tom. I hope you guys had a wonderful Mother's Day weekend. I hope you all did something fun for the celebration of Mother's Day, or did something cool perhaps. But it's Monday again, and we're back to work. And I just wanted to give you an idea here on what exactly I do to find land for you guys. So I have your notes in front of me here, and if you'll notice up top, I have a bunch of tabs open. These first three tabs right here, this is the one on Pine Ridge that borders National Forest Service. I have Falcon Ridge open, and I have Pine Street. These are the three that you gave me. I found a few more. We'll go into those. But first, I want to show you a few things. First and foremost, over here, this is the county website, the county parcel viewer. Right here, you can see Williams. Now, I'm going to zoom in a little bit really quick. There we go. Now, this gives me all the lot borders. The first one that you guys showed me that I think is the most interesting so far is Pine Ridge. Pine Ridge. To give you a better idea of which one this is the one that is triangular shaped, but it has Forest Service land right here. Now, like I said, there's a property in between the Forest Service land and this particular lot, but if you go to the satellite view, there's nothing there. So here's the lot. There's a house right just north of it, but just south of it, there's nothing. It's all trees. There's also a house right here. So there is some neighbors, but people out here are usually very kind, and they stay to themselves. So you'll still get the privacy. Plus, you'll have all this land of National Forest Service. All right, so that's this parcel of land. Going back to the map and zooming out. What I want to show you here. So right now we're south of Williams. We're still in Williams City, but we're south of the downtown populated busy area. Now, all the green you see here is it's National Forest Service land. I'm on the wrong map. I'm sorry. Here we go. We're down here. Right there, that triangular piece. So all this green that does not have the brown border, it is National Forest Service land. Now I'm gonna zoom out really quick. Now I'm gonna scroll up. Hopefully this won't get you nauseous or get dizzy or anything. I'm scrolling up to this. This is the other area of Williams, north of Williams. Now you see the lot lines. All of this here is the populated area north of Williams. Now these blue squares, these are called state trust land. In all the blue, nobody lives in the blue areas. So it functions like the green over here, which is National Forest Service, except this is state land. Back when Teddy Roosevelt was president, he pulled out a map and he drew these checkerboards and he said, no one's going to live here. This is state trust land. He did that because the Grand Canyon is just north of here. We can keep going up a little bit. You see the checkerboard continues. There are some spots that are bigger, some that are emptier, but you keep going and bam. You go from state trust to blue to green, National Forest Service, which then you go to purple. This is the Grand Canyon. So keep going. Sorry, I'm got it's a tangent, but Grand Canyon goes south past National Forest back into State Trust. Keep going down to the checkerboard, and now you're in North Williams. So I want to show you that because we have the Pine Ridge, which is south of Williams. It borders National Forest Service. And we have Falcon Ridge. So when I'm on the listing here, you have the photos and the map. I click on the map, and this one is right here. This one here's National Forest Service, but you have state trust land here, and you have some here as well. It won't show on this map because this is the MLS, not the state, the county website. It's been 5 minutes already, so I'm going to kind of hurry up. When I'm looking for land for you guys, I come to this screen on the MLS, I find it, and I push satellite. This shows me what's around. So very treed, you can see that. There's not many neighbors up north. There's one house here and one there. Then you have the state trust land here, so you have nothing built here ever. And then you have a house here, and then right here you have a subdivision. This is actually where I live. I live in this subdivision. But this is about as busy as it is now. There are houses sporadically through, but each of these are 1 acre parcels. I'll zoom in a little more. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna switch to map view, so you'll see. They're 1 acre parcels. These little squares are dwellings. So you have on this block here, you have three dwellings and 3 open. Now, if this did populate with dwellings, then it would be a pretty populated place. Like over here on this block or section, you have it's pretty populated there. So, in terms of privacy, you may not have as much privacy at this lot on Falcon Ridge as you do on Pine Ridge down here, where you don't have that many dwellings. Yeah, there's quite a few still, but these are also larger parcels. These aren't 1 acres. These are all at least 5, with the one weird exception that looks like this. So that's kind of how I look for land for you guys. Falcon Ridge. Then you also gave me Pine Street. The map here. So again, National Forest Service is right there in the green. This does not have any state trust land near it. And there are a few lots separating the subject lot from National Forest Service, but if you click on satellite, you can see, yes, there's one house there, and it has a bunch of cars and dwellings, and there's a lot of stuff going on here, but that's just one parcel. You look around, there's a parcel there, a parcel there, a dwelling. A dwelling there, and a dwelling there, and a dwelling there, nothing here. So this has some privacy, and then here's National Forest Service land. So it has some privacy. Again, not as much as the Pine Ridge. Next lot, this is one that I found. This is a very cool one. This has amazing, amazing views. Like, this is actually a legit photo from only about a quarter of the way up this lot. Very cool one. Very cool indeed. It does have a funny shape to it. So here's sagebrush, and this is just a long, narrow parcel. And this is the lowest part, and it goes up all the way to the top. It's on a hill, quite literally. And you have a subdivision here. This whole thing is a big subdivision with 1 acre parcels, but you have nothing up here. I'll satellite it. Bam. So there's a cool zigzag route there for this parcel, but there's no dwelling up there. There's a shed, it looks like. A tiny little shed up there. But this is on top of a hill. So you have this big hill here with nothing behind you, and you look out this way onto views of the northern Williams area. It's really cool to check out. There's the hill. You can see it's absolute hill going up. Really cool place. So again, not as privacy related as Pine Ridge, but not as bad because you only have people south of you. And the road to get in is Sagebrush, which you only have houses on one side, and then you hit Wilshire and then Spring Valley, and there's Highway 64. Not far to get to this at all, to have a giant hill property. Next lot. This one's on Whiskey River. Cool name. Pretty cool name. If you look at the picture here, this one is surrounded by National Forest Service, but there is a catch. You go to the map. Here's the shape of the property. So you have National Forest Service here, National Forest Service here, and then here's the property. You get to it on North Whiskey Road here. Now here's the one caveat. Push satellite. There's a house right there, and the property line is about right here. So this L-shaped property is surrounding this property with a house on it. But there is nothing surrounding you otherwise. So privacy-wise, this is another good one. It's just completely barren. All the trees surround this property. There's hardly any trees on this actual property. So trees are important. This one isn't for you, but for privacy standards, this is pretty private as long as you get along with this neighbor right here. Another one that I found is on Quincy, I believe. Yes, Quincy. So hang on, I start on detail. Here we go. So there's no National Forest Service land around this, and the state trust land is not far away, but it's not right on it either. Now, this one I thought was interesting because it's pretty private. I mean, you have a house here and a house there. That's it. This one, and then you have just a forest of trees. Now, I mentioned this on a phone call. Oh, sorry, you had one there too and one here, but that's pretty far out. Looking at just your 5 acres, which is, I'll try to center it on the screen. So there, your 5 acres now on the screen. There's nothing around you. Zoom out. This is about 10 acres out. So you have one property in this whole 10-acre area. Um, excuse me. As I mentioned to you on the phone, uh, establishing what views you can see from on a computer screen doesn't really work. I would need to go there and check it out. So when we're through on this last lot, we'll look at this last lot, and then we'll talk about views. And no, I'll say it now. Let me know which ones you want to see, and I'll go to these. I'll take a video and I'll take pictures, and I'll get out there and I'll walk it. I'll bring my ATV and I'll ride around and I'll shoot videos for you guys. But let me know which ones you think. This is definitely further north, and I didn't want to go too far north because the further north you go, then you start hitting crime and vandalism and whatnot. So it says Polar Express Village right there. There, I'm not sure exactly what. Oh, I do know what's there. That's where Santa's little workshop is. The train, the Polar Express. They do the Polar Express during Christmas time on the train line right here, and that's where the village is. But that's my stopping point for looking for privacy in land, because if you go any further than that, you're going to be getting into the spot you don't want to be. But anyway, just to give you an idea, Williams is right here. So we're almost to Grand Canyon Junction. This is about 25 minutes north of Williams City. And we're going to right here. This triangular lot is it. This is the lot that's for sale. And I'll push satellite. You can see there's nothing here. There's no dwellings. There's one right there. But there's no other dwellings in the vicinity. So very private, very, very off the grid, vacant, and good trees. So sorry, one last thing. The darkened line here, that is a ridge. So either this is on a plateau or this part's on a plateau, but I think this is the plateau. So this might have pretty good views, and the pictures don't do it justice at all. That one does okay. Can I click on that? No, thanks. Not everything works perfectly, right? So I mean, this is not bad. It's a distant view of nice things, but you might have a view here. So this is how I look for land for you guys, and these are the ones that I found so far that are appealing. I will send this list to you. I'm doing houses for you guys next, and we'll go from there. I want no longer than 15 minutes. So for the last 2 minutes, I want to show you how I find this stuff. So I use the MLS. This is my search feature. I hit land. I make sure I'm looking at active. I put the max price is 500,000, and then the lot acres is at least 5. And what that does is that yields these little green dots for me. These green dots are the land that are for sale, active, and meet this criteria. I could filter it more with vegetation, but I'm not going to do that just because I want a good list of what's going on on the market. And then I go through and I look at each one of these and I say, what's it bordering? This one is right in town. I didn't think you wanted in town, so I went south and I had these 2 parcels. This is the one on Pine Ridge that I know we like. This is one that's not as private because it's a little further inward, but still a decent parcel. Then we go north, and I showed you this one. I showed you this one, and I looked at all of these just to see what surrounds them, and that's how I get my idea on what to show you. I showed you this one. I think this is a good parcel here, but they're very strict with their CC&Rs. There's an HOA there. They're very strict, and I don't think that would be really for you. Now, I could be wrong, and please let me know if I am wrong. If CC&Rs are okay with you, then we can chat, but this is a decent parcel. It has really good views, but you have to build a house here, and it has to be stick built, and it has certain requirements. And I wasn't sure that's what you guys were looking for, but okay. Anyway, that's how I look for land for you guys, and I could actually give you access to this portal here to the or a portal to the MLS, so you can do this too, and we can chat that way. But I'll end it now. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll send you guys the list soon. Bye now.